We have to make education tangible. Tangible is clear and defined and is real. You have to make education clear, define the value of an education clear, defined, and real. Here's an example of that. In the United States, the two most educated groups that we have in our country are Nigerian and Indian Americans. When I say Indian Americans, I'm not talking about native, I'm talking about people from India. The two most educated groups that we have in our country are Nigerian and Indian Americans. They go to school for math and science. When they get out of school, both groups focus on jobs in math and science. Most Indian and Nigerian Americans are either doctors or engineers. Doctors or engineers. Now, why is that? Because they understand that the quickest way to be able to get into middle and upper middle class or maintain upper and middle class is to get into the math or sciences, which is either being a doctor or engineer. My wife is from Chicago, but her parents are from India. They're Bengali. They're part of the Bengali community and everything. And so one thing I've had the opportunity to do is be able to see how this particular community operates. And so the one thing I think that's I've been dumbfounded by and fascinated by is that you go to a kid that's a part of this community and you say, what do you want to be when you grow up? They don't tell you that they want to be a doctor. They tell you what kind of doctor they want to be. Imagine an 8-year-old telling you I want to be a neurosurgeon, a cardiologist. I didn't even know there was anything other than a doctor when I became 8 or 9 years old. I just thought you go to a doctor, it's the pediatrician, you go to the family doctor after that. They know exactly what kind of doctor they want to be. And the reason why they know what kind of doctor they want to be is because when they go by this person's house, they're like, oh, I'm at the neurosurgeon's house and this is what they have, this really nice house. I want a house like this. So in order to get this kind of house, I can go be a neurosurgeon. And then I can go talk to the neurosurgeon and say, okay, what schools did you go to? What did you do? How did you do those things? They have the blueprint right there for them because they have access to the people that actually can show them how to do it. So that's one of the things these kids are able to have access to be able to understand how to be able to go down those paths, know what school you're supposed to go to, all those different things. That is an advantage that our kids that come from our impoverished backgrounds don't have, and we're not necessarily sharing this information with them in that way. What an education does at the end of the day, it gives you permission to have certain opportunities. So a passport only gives you permission to be able to go to other countries. That's what a passport does. It gives you permission to go to other countries. If you don't have a passport, you can't go to other countries. Now, what else do you need? You need money. You also need to know what country you're going to go to. You may have to get a visa, but the first thing you need before anything else is you need a passport. So if you get a high school diploma, that is a passport for any job that says a high school diploma is required. If you need a bachelor's degree, that is a passport for any job that says you need a bachelor's degree to have this job. If you want to be a teacher, you need a bachelor's degree. It's that simple. Anybody who has a bachelor's degree can go to almost anywhere in this country, go get alternatively certified and become a teacher. Now, if you want to become an administrator, you need a master's degree. If you don't you can be the best teacher on the campus. If you don't have a master's degree, you're not going to be a principal because they require you to have a master's degree and an administrative certificate. And in order to get an administrative certificate, you got to have the master's degree. So ultimately, it's a passport that unlocks those opportunities that gives you permission to be able to have those opportunities. And these are the things we have to be able to show to our kids that do not understand these things.